Hello everybody, I'm Fleeksy, and today I'm going to show you how to operate Abiathar doing some simple editing using the Essential Manipulator. Last episode we saw how to use the tile placer and tile picker, but the Essential Manipulator is a way to roll together all the features of copying and pasting and placing and all the great stuff in one tool. It's very ergonomic once you get used to it, and even before you get a whole bunch of practice, it's fairly convenient, in my opinion. So, to make this the default tool, you can, of course, just switch to it right here. But let's make it the default. And so to do that, we'll go to Configuration and check this. Set Tool Defaults to emulate KeyEngine. This will set the default level tool to the Essential Manipulator and the tile set tool to the Palette Copier rather than the tile picker. So hit OK to save. But as the text on the left said, some settings, including this one, require a restart of Abiathar before it'll take effect. So, let me do that. And we're back. So, let's open up that file. Here we are. And the first thing you notice is that there is a black shadow, translucent black square following my cursor. That is because the Essential Manipulator always shows a translucent preview of your selected tile. If you want it to be opaque, that's a configuration option under the same menu we just looked at. So, this is very much like the tile picker at first, because by default, when you first start, it copies your selected tiles to the clipboard, and this is the same clipboard used by the copier and paster. So if I was to click, it'll place the tile. Z to undo. If I was to click and drag, assuming you have the click and drag support enabled in the configuration, you can do a similar deal as you do with the tile placer. But it can also copy a whole swath, a rectangular area of tiles at once. For that, let me switch to Defense Tunnel. Fluke is a nice defense tunnel, I think. I like cyan. Let's see. Let's say there's some arrangement of tiles we really want to replicate. For example, let's say we want this deal, this little background thing with the... Is that a... What's that called? I forget what it's called. I'm a terrible keener. But that and the Vitalins. So, rather than switching to the copier tool, you can hold down the right mouse button and drag to select the area. This is known as right dragging. Going to do that now. There you go. As you see the selection rectangle, release. And now, the translucent preview is showing this whole arrangement. Now, let's say we wanted to put it into a different level. Let's say we wanted to put it in Defense Tunnel Telm. If I was to click up here, it's going to look kind of ugly because it took the background as well. And let's say we didn't want that. If I was to disable the background plane by pressing 1, it is now locked in the lower left corner. Even though the background plane is present on the clipboard, if I click, it will only update the foreground and info plane. You can see that more clearly over here. It erased the foreground, which was the yellow and black stripes, with the blank tile, the air tile, 0. Press Z to undo that. But over here, you do see that it has the red diamondy thing. Spindred, that's what it's called. I know, Keen. And the 3 Vitalins. Now, let's say the structure you want to copy is not in a level, but instead in the tile set. Let's say we wanted to grab that arrangement, the little purpley device, but we wanted it to be compatible with this background. That would be this. So with the Palette Copier, rather than clicking and copying every tile at once like you'd have to do with the tile picker, you can just drag to select a rectangular area, and now that is the clipboard. Notice that it says clipboard is 4x4, containing background, in the lower right. But since we have disabled the background plane, the Essential Manipulator is not going to do anything at all. I'm clicking all over the place here and dragging all around, but it's doing nothing, because the Essential Manipulator will only place tiles and planes that are both active and present in the clipboard. So, if I enable this, we can now paste this right here, and see if we can remove that black. It's present in the tile palette, but we'll just have to right-click something appropriate. I think this tile's one that fits right here. right click, and bloop, that was not the one that fits, Fleeks. What are you doing? Is it this? Close enough. Whatever. But yes, as you can see, we have copied from the tile palette using the Palette Copier and pasted into the level using the Essential Manipulator. Nice thing about the Essential Manipulator is that if you only select a 1x1 tile, it'll copy it to your selected tile bay for use with other tools, like the Tile Placer. And so that is pretty much all you need to know about the Essential Manipulator and the Palette Copier. Very powerful tools if you really get to practicing them and getting ergonomic and fluent with them, if you will, and I will. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Abiathar tips and video tutorials in the next episode.